Howdy, welcome back. You're up here in wonderful, windy Wyoming. Today we're going to talk about our sixth lesson, which is a reflection of the church. Our youth ministry should be a reflection of our local church. And so in 1 Corinthians chapter number 14, verse number 41, it's kind of, I always call these catch-all verses. They can cover a lot. But it says, let all things be done decently and in order. And so one of the things that we strive to do with our children's ministries is make sure that it's lined up with our adult ministries as much as possible. One of those things that we use in our ministry is CGUS. It stands for Come, Grow, Unite, Serve. It's a acronym that we use with the church to define its ministries, but we also use it within children's ministries as well. And so the kids are familiar with it and kind of the different parts of it. Another thing that may be church-wide is a memory verse campaign. We've done certain chapters over the years, and of course we challenge our youth to learn those along with the adults as well. Some other things, Lord's Supper, baptism, also conferences or missions conferences, Bible conferences, things like that. We try to do those as well. And so we believe that children's ministries should line up with our church. And especially when we start talking about important events. It doesn't mean we theme everything exactly like the church, but in general, we try to follow the same outline that the church is following. Oftentimes, children are pushed aside while adults do the important things or fulfill the vision. But the truth is that our youth are part of our vision. They're part of our ministry. And the sooner we're able to start our children into ministry, the easier it will be for them to be part of ministry. And they need to be learning and growing, and they have the same command to reach out to their communities, the same command to tell their friends, the same command to be in ministry as we do. Once they've put their faith and trust in Jesus Christ, then they are in ministry, and we need to help them be part of ministry and be part of the church. And so we want to integrate our children's ministries into church and church into our children's ministries, and so it all kind of ties together. And so we try to take time to understand our kids, or help our kids understand the things that we do, such as Lord's Supper or baptism. So if I know we're going to have Lord's Supper, we have a talk about it in like children's church, and talk about what it is and how it works and who should take it and things like that, and make sure the kids understand it before when we take them and they're able to participate in the actual service. Or if somebody's having a baptism, we talk about baptism, what it is and why we'd be baptized and who's able to be baptized, things like that. And we talk about that with the children before the baptism happens, and then that way they understand what's going on when it comes to pass. One of the things that we're currently getting ready to do in January is our missions month. And so since the main church is going to have a focus on missions, we will do the same with children's church. Now this year we didn't get a specific event that's going to happen or take place, but we will for the next 4 weeks talk about missions in some ways. We'll probably talk about the major give, and then pray, give, go. And so we'll talk about those major aspects of missions and faith and faith giving and all of that as well. And so we just want to make sure that we're doing the same thing that the adults are doing. In Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 7, it says, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and thou shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. This is speaking of the law, but we are to teach our children, help them to understand what we're doing as a church, and how they can be a part of what we're doing. And so just a little challenge here is, if our church plans to do a missions conference, how could we include our youth? We've done lots of different things over the years, but just curious, some thoughts that you may have, how we can include our church, our youth, if our church is doing a missions conference. So hope this has been a blessing, and we'll hope to see you again next time.